What if novels aren't just entertainment, but investigations into truths that philosophy can't quite reach? Milan Kundera believed the novel's mission isn't to hand us answers, but to reveal, as he put it, that things are not as simple as you think. For Kundera, the novel is a meditation on existence, a space where imaginary characters let us test out the possibilities of being human. Unlike science or philosophy, which pursues singular truths, the novel thrives on ambiguity. It embraces what Kundera called the wisdom of uncertainty, the recognition that no one has a monopoly on truth. This tension goes all the way back to Plato, who saw literature as mere imitation, mimesis, a distraction from reason that weakens the soul. Yet modern thinkers have turned that argument on its head, seeing fiction not as imitation, but as illumination. Precisely because it's imaginary, fiction can ask universal questions. How should we live? What makes a life meaningful? Philosopher Paul Ricoeur took this further with his theory of narrative identity, the idea that we become who we are through the stories we tell about ourselves. Think of Don Quixote. His act of pretending to be a knight eventually makes him one. We're not fixed beings, but ongoing stories, continuously revised by experience. And the novel is where we learn to interpret ourselves. For Kundera, the characters in the novel aren't representations of real people, but possibilities, ways of examining life in what he called the trap the world has become. Each character, like a snail in its shell, is inseparable from the world that shapes them. Many great novelists have used this form to resist simplification. D.H. Lawrence sought to recover the elemental realities of touch and connection in an increasingly mechanical world. Dostoevsky turned the prison of nihilism into a stage for moral and spiritual investigation, what Mikhail Bakhtin called polyphony, where multiple voices exist without one final truth. Kundera mastered this balance, uniting the utmost seriousness of question with the utmost lightness of form. In the unbearable lightness of being, he shows rather than preaches. The novel reveals truth by inhabiting contradiction. But today, philosopher Byung-Chul Han warns that we're becoming phono sapiens, people who consume fragments of information instead of weaving them into a coherent story. In losing our capacity for narration, we risk losing ourselves. That's why novels still matter. They remind us that reason is fragile, undone by chance, by human folly, by the accidental. They pull us back to the individual perspective, helping us remember what it means to be someone. So, the next time you pick up a novel, don't think of it as escapism. Think of it as an experiment in existence, a philosophical investigation written in the language of human possibility. What novel changed how you see the world? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.